Hello and welcome to News by Standards. MPs should not be allowed to bring their babies into the Commons chamber, a cross-party committee has said. Commons Speaker Sir Lindsay Hoyle asked the Procedure Committee to review the rules after Labour's Stella Creasy was told in November 2021 she could not have her baby son with her. The review concluded the long-standing practice of barring babies from Commons debates should remain in place, but it said discretion could be exercised, albeit sparingly. Ms Creasy expressed her disappointment in the review, saying she had hoped it would make parenting and politics possible to mix. This committee didn't speak to a single person outside of Parliament, despite many of us encouraging them to do so, she said. So I'm not surprised they don't recognise who is put off Parliament by its antiquated rules. Change will only come when we start listening to those outside the status quo. The issue was raised in November last year when Miss Creasy brought her newborn son into a debate in Westminster Hall, which is part of the Houses of Parliament. She said she had previously taken a son and before him her daughter into the Commons chamber, but after taking her young son into Westminster Hall, she was emailed by Commons authorities telling her rules prohibited bringing children to debates. This prompted Sir Lindsay to ask the Procedures Committee to review the rules, but the committee concluded that the long-standing practice should not be changed if the MP involved wanted to observe, initiate, speak or intervene in proceedings. It noted that there had been several occasions when MPs had brought babies into debates without disruption, but said this had contributed to some confusion and a gap between the practice and the rules. However, it added that chairs would retain a degree of de facto discretion, which should be exercised sparingly. The firm expectation should remain that members do not participate in proceedings while caring for a baby. When the review was initially ordered, Deputy Prime Minister Dominic Raab said he had a lot of sympathy for Miss Creasy and he would not be distracted by a baby, but he added it was for the House authorities to decide the right balance. Conservative MP Alicia Kearns argued the Commons was no place for a baby. In no professional workplace would you feed your baby in a meeting with your chief executive, or in a pinch to new clients, or on a stage in front of shareholders. The Rutland and Melton MP, who announced the birth of her second child in January 2021, added, "I've asked to leave debates to feed my child a few times. I have never been turned down." Former Liberal Democrat leader Jo Swinson is thought to have been the first MP to take her baby into the chamber during a debate when she cradled her son in the Commons in 2018. On a separate issue, Karen Bradley, the Conservative MP who chairs the Procedure Committee, said a debate should be held in the coming weeks to discuss the extension of proxy voting. It could mean, for example, MPs being able to vote even if long-term illness meant they could not make it to Westminster.